everybody. It's Andy Sikolich from Bent Business Marketing and Advertising, and today I'm going to share with you the 8 tactics or tips that I use when authoring an effective press release. All right, here we go. 8 tips for writing a press release presented by Bent Business Marketing and Advertising. Tip 1, use your headline to grab the reader's attention. Your headline reels the reader into the body copy of the release. It has to be persuasive enough to compete with all the other distractions. Just think about 10 minutes in your life when you first come to work and you sit down at your desk and you turn the radio on. Maybe you have Facebook open, you got your cell phone next to you, you're looking at all of the messages that came in your inbox throughout the night. You are distracted. So your press release, the headline, the most read portion of your release has to be persuasive. It must convey a promise or an advantage. Will the reader save, gain, or be able to accomplish something by reading your release? And don't trick the reader by authoring a headline that has nothing to do with the subject of the release. That is just sleazy. If you're going to have a very persuasive headline, make sure the headline and the body text are congruent. There's information there from both that allows the reader to understand what they're going to read when they go ahead and delve deep into the body copy. Tip 2, don't delay. Get right to the point of the first paragraph. The average reader won't make it past your first paragraph. The average reader, you and me. And the average reporter probably won't make it past the first couple of sentences. So throw out all your heavy artillery immediately and allow the remaining paragraphs to support your main objective. I always tell people avoid using words ending in ly. In a press release, these take up space and will be viewed as fluff or lacking information relevant to your message. You know what I mean when I say somebody aggressively did this or it was insanely. Avoid those because if you're doing creative writing, sure, they sound cool a little bit here and there. If you're writing a press release, get to the point. Don't inject any additional fluff. Tip number 3, show me the numbers. What's the proof? Your message will have more impact if there are numbers to back it up. Percentages, 9 out of 10, 90%. Have some stuff to back it up. And don't try to get fancy using creative writing or over-the-top descriptions. This will do this, and I'm going to prove it. My product will do this, this event will do this, and here's why. Include studies, tests, any additional results that support your claim. Tip number 4, proofread, proofread, proofread. I'm as guilty of it as anybody. In fact, I think you'll probably find some mistakes here in this presentation. But it sounds like a simple step in the process, but a lot of people mess up here. A reporter will toss your release in the trash quickly if they find a grammatical error or a spelling error. No one is perfect. I understand that. I make mistakes all the time. So have several people read over it before you submit the release. And lastly, consider hiring a freelance writer. I'm now a freelance writer. It's one of the services that we offer here at Bent Business Marketing. And I go through a 5-step process to make sure that there are no spelling or grammatical errors or punctuation errors prior to me sending you the final product. Tip number 5, include all of your contact information. How can the reporter get in touch with you? The worst thing that can happen is you send out this really awesome, it's just provocative, the headline's strong, the information is distilled, it makes a lot of sense, it's intriguing, but then the reporter has no way to contact you because you failed to put your contact information on there. So email address, direct mail address, office number, home number, fax number, Facebook page, Twitter account, I don't care. Just make sure that everyone in the office knows that you submitted a release, especially the person who answers your phone. You don't want that reporter calling to speak to you about more information or to get a quote or to talk to you about your release and somebody at the front desk or in your office says, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take a message, and then you never get that message. In a second, we'll talk about the number of pages your release should be. My suggestion is 1, but we'll get into that. But if your release rolls over into 2 pages, make sure that you place your contact information on both pages, preferably at the top, just in case one page gets deleted or removed or falls out of somebody's folder or notebook or something. They have page 2 to hold on to, and they can look at the information on top of that. Quotes work well. They really do. Include quotes that back up your message. Be sure to list the person who gave you the quote, and don't make up quotes. This will destroy you super fast. Do not make up a quote, especially if it's a customer testimonial. If somebody finds out, you will be trashed. I guarantee it. You want prominent business reps, local leaders, and celebrities. Some people with a little bit of star power to give your quote the extra oomph it needs to get recognized. Make sure your quote's not too short, not the one-word type of quote where it says brilliant, ... in parentheses, but you don't want it to be too long. You don't want a 3 or 4 sentence quote that just goes on and on and on. Is the quote easy to understand? Avoid industry-specific slang or acronyms. If you and people within that industry understand what those acronyms mean, great. Will the reporter understand what they mean? Probably not. So make sure it's easy to understand. And if you do use an acronym, behind the acronym in parentheses, write out the full, every letter of that acronym and what it means. Tip number 7, one page works best. We already talked about this, but be respectful of the reporter's time. Again, we're distilling our message down to just the facts with the highest impact. Avoid repeating yourself. Here's one of the 5 steps I take when I write my press releases, is I write a first draft, and then I line through the sentences that are non-essential. Once I do that, I go back, I remove those sentences, I distill my paragraphs down, and then I allow someone to read over my content who has zero insider information. Does it make sense to them? Do you understand what I mean by zero insider information? Completely ignorant to what the subject that you're writing about. That way they're not subjective or they have any kind of insight as to what these acronyms mean or what these words actually mean. If they can tell you, I understand the point that you were trying to make and I understand the overall message that you're sharing with me, good. If they sit there and scratch their head and they say, I really don't get what the point is of this release, what am I supposed to do next? Back to the drawing board. Tip number 8, last one. Where can they go for more information? Direct the reporter to a website for additional articles, press coverage, any information that you think needs to be included. It is relevant, and you want to make them aware of it, but you don't want to do it in a press release. Go ahead and send them to a website or something via a link. I use hyperlinks when I send digital press releases. Also, to be safe, behind those hyperlinks, in parentheses, I'll actually type out the full web address just in case that link would get broken. So they may need a few more pieces of the puzzle in order to write a suitable article for their publication. Where can they download images? Images are huge. They may want your images, graphs, bar charts, product pictures, past event images, maybe a picture of a person who's supplying a quote for you. Any of those images are going to be housed somewhere, so you got to send them to where that content can be secured and used in their publication. All right, that's it. If you need more help, again, this is Andy Sokolovich, owner and creative director now of Bent Business Marketing and Advertising, and we do specialize in authoring releases for small businesses, nonprofits, clubs, event planning committees. For small businesses, are you having a grand opening? Did you just hire some new staff? Or did you bring a new doctor into your hospital? Nonprofits are always doing amazing things for their community, and it's a shame because often it's just the club or the nonprofit who knows about it. Very seldom does it get all the press coverage that it deserves. So we like to craft awesome press releases that we'll send out to various newspapers, radio, television networks all around the area to try to get them the maximum amount of exposure. Our releases are properly formatted, well-written, and ready for distribution in under a week. And that is a guarantee. In less than 7 days, you will have your freshly written press release in your hand, both in a printed copy and a digital copy, so you can send it out to whomever you please. Get the information out. Spread it. It's a distracting world we live in now, so you got to be ready to send out the information to as many people as you're willing to send it to, because the more people that see it, the better chance you have of getting recognized in a large publication. So call for pricing. Our pricing structure does differ depending on we do offer an under a week delivery, but if you need it in crunch time, you need it in 2 to 3 days, the price may be a little bit different than our normal rate. So call for pricing, 815-441-2219. Again, that's 815-441-2219. All right, this is Andy from Bent Business Marketing and Advertising. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Hey everybody, it's Andy Sokolovich from Bent Business Marketing and Advertising, and today I'm going to share with you the 8 tactics or tips that I use when authoring an effective press release.